Hi, my name is Luke McCarron. I study medicine at Jesus College, Cambridge, and my sport is triathlon. So I chose to study in Cambridge. I guess like most people, it wasn't an active decision. I kind of fell into it. I was lucky in that my dad studied here, and it was always something that was on my mind and something that I thought that I maybe would do in the future. And then when it came to A-levels and deciding, I put it down for the sake of putting it down, and yeah, just hoped that I would get an offer, and luckily I did. I was also quite attracted to Cambridge, not just from the academic side of things and the way the medical courses are organised. I kind of like how the first 3 years you don't do much clinical and it's very book orientated, and it's much like a normal university degree, and I liked that fact and the fact that I would be like everyone else, for every other student, for 3 years. But also on the sporting side, I had heard a lot of good things about the running and cycling club in particular, and a number of really strong athletes had come through. So for me as a triathlete, I kind of want to swim with the swimmers, bike with the bikers, and run with the runners. And I felt Cambridge was a good place to allow me to do that, as well as balancing my studies. And the calibre of the cycling and running clubs, and also the swimming club, has really lived up to my expectations, and I've been lucky so far to take advantage of those training environments. My road into triathlon started a long time ago, actually. When I was 4 or 5, my mum was quite keen to get my brother and I into swimming classes. So we started swimming together with the local swim club, and I swam competitively until the age of 13 or 14. At that point, I became a little bit burnt out and was not enjoying my swimming at all, and ended up taking a break from competitive swimming. And in that time, I've moved around in a few sports, played Gaelic football quite competitively, and also took up running more to complement the Gaelic football than anything else. And then I found myself on a bike because one of my friends was into cycling. So by the time I was 16 or 17, I kind of had 3 or 4 sports going and hadn't swam in a while. And 2013 City of Culture, UK City of Culture, was awarded to Derry City, and there was a junior triathlon held as one of the events as part of that year. And I did that and won that, and from that point on, I guess it's just become more and more serious ever since, and I realised that it was something that I wanted to do. I remember in particular around the age of 17, I had to choose between triathlon and Gaelic football, and it was a difficult choice, but I just felt Gaelic football training was getting in the way of triathlon training, and for me that's what told me which one I preferred more. So around the age of 18 then, began swimming again competitively, and yeah, ever since then triathlon has been one of the big parts of my life, swimming and cycling and running, and now some strength work because my coach thinks I need some more. One of my top sporting achievements probably is coming 3rd in the Irish Elite National Championships. It was my first year out of the junior category, and I was racing with the big boys, and I really thought I wouldn't have a chance. I was going for a top 15 or top 20, and everything just went right on the day. I remember coming down the finish line, and my mum was there. My dad had gone off to repark the car because it had ran out of time, or the ticket he had bought had ran out of time. But yeah, that was a really special moment for me in triathlon. And I've been lucky to have had a number of those special moments, from becoming Irish Skills Champion, which happened a few weeks after my friend became Irish Skills Cross Country Champion. So we were going well in our training group at that point in time. So I suppose those are my 2 biggest achievements. I've also, at university, I really enjoyed the chance to compete with Cambridge, and getting a blue from Cambridge was always a nice feeling, and winning varsity triathlon the year before last was equally special, to do something and give back to the university. In terms of balancing sport and academics, it can sometimes be tricky. Definitely it's not the easiest of things to do, but I've always found that my sports has helped my work and studies. There's 12 hours in a day and you're not going to spend 12 hours of those studying, so it's great to get outside and do a bit of sport. And especially when sport encompasses socialising with your friends and you can put those two together. I've been really lucky to have people around me who are also in sport and who are willing and wanting to train. And it's really nice having that group atmosphere. But I think most importantly, it's just about getting out and doing something. It's important to be organised when it comes to sport and study, but sport almost forces me to be organised. I don't think I would be as organised without sport. So yeah, they do really complement each other, and I find a massive balance or a massive benefit from combining both of them together. So at the start of my second year, I was able to enroll on the UCAP program. And I think this was the first time that I really experienced a very high level of support provided by anyone, but particularly provided by the university. In the past, I felt that there was really no one in the university fighting for the sportsmen and women of our university, and I felt UCAP has really changed that. It's benefited me in a lot of different ways. Firstly, and I think the most important way for me has been the ready access to strength and conditioning and the one-to-one sessions with the strength and conditioning coaches. I feel like it's taken me to another level and also just improved my robustness when it comes to injuries. Secondly, I suppose the other support services like the psychology or sports counselling and the nutrition services have also been quite helpful and just allowed you to really optimise those little things that you often as a student just don't have time to think about because you're going from one lecture to another and you're trying to fit a session around your lectures, and also you're meeting up with friends and trying to see them. So just having people to almost do the thinking for you has been really, really good. And yeah, I've been really lucky to have UCAP in my corner, I think, when I've been at Cambridge University, and hopefully going forward I can do a lot with them. I think if anyone came to me and asked for advice when it comes to applying to Cambridge, first and foremost I'd tell them to go for it. It's like the lottery. If you're not in, you can't win, and there's no harm in just putting down University of Cambridge on a piece of paper, and you never know where you'll end up. So yeah, just put it down, see where it takes you. And I think for some people, I suppose, will be worried when they put down Cambridge that they will be neglecting their sporting aspirations and sporting interests. But for me, it's never been a case of that. It's always been they go hand in hand with each other, and I feel like Cambridge and with UCAP, that's even more so the case.